Shalom, Israel, and happy Sabbath. This lesson is entitled, Dealing with Your Unbelieving Family. You know, when we first get into this truth, we get excited. We want to run and go tell everybody. We just find out that we are Hebrews. We are not Negroes, African American. Oh man, that is so exciting. And that the God of all of the earth is our Elohim. And we are just, excited. And the first people we want to go tell is our family, because our family is the closest to us. So we want to go run, tell mama, daddy, brother, sister, husband, wife, cousin, nephew, uncle, auntie. We can't wait to tell them. But unfortunately, when we go tell them, they look at us like we crazy. They say, you must be in some kind of cult or something, because this ain't how we raised you. This ain't what you learned growing up. So what is this? You talking about you a Hebrew and all this stuff right here, and you ain't gonna keep Christmas and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day, and that you can't go out to the football games and go shopping on the Sabbath day no more. Who you been talking to? And you tell them that it's coming out of the Bible. Look, Sabbath day, look. We supposed to keep the feast days. Look, it said we was going to come into all these nations into slave ships, and that we're in captivity. And we don't get the expected response from our family members. They look down on us. They mock us. They try to shame us. Make us feel real bad. They kick us out of the family. They disown us. They say, I don't know you no more. Or if you're a child and you're up under your parents, and they tell you, you got to get out of here with that, because we don't believe that around here. It's either us or you're going to have to get out. Or you have a spouse, they want to leave you because of what you believe. They think you gone crazy. They talk to you like, who did I marry? Look what you turned out to be. Now you with this crazy foolishness. So I want to encourage y'all today and bring out the scriptures that shows us how we must deal with our family. Because we can't disrespect people. We can't do to them what they do to us. We love our family. A lot of us, we love our mom, love our dad, we love our grandmothers, we love our grandfathers, aunties, uncles, cousins. We love our sons, we love our daughters, but we cannot love them more than the Most High. We can't put them above Him, or we're not worthy of Him. In other words, you're not kingdom material. You're not kingdom worthy. And it says, a man's foes shall be they of his own household. And that's what a lot of us have experienced. Now, I will say, fortunately, I'm blessed to have, my parents and my brother who are in this truth. It's such a blessing, because a lot of people, they don't have that. And I can only imagine. We still deal with our other family who don't believe. And it's tough because we love them. We want them to know this truth. But right now, we're still working on them ourselves. Just planting seeds here and there. But most of you, your family turns on you. They disown you. They don't want you around them. But that's what the Most High wants you to understand. He wanted this to happen. Because that's what this truth does. It separates people. It separates families. It separates friends. Because two can't walk together unless they agree. Okay, so we got to understand that. We cannot love our family more than this truth. As hard as that is, I know it's hard. But we cannot put them above the Most High. Genesis 12 and verse 1. Let's look at one of our ancestors that was called to be separate from his family. This is one of the patriarchs. Genesis 12 and verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. So our forefather Abraham, the Lord called him out. And he said, get out of the country. Get away from your kindred. That's your family. Because his family was Terah. That was his father. And then his other family. And they served other gods. They didn't serve the one true living God. They served other gods. But the Most High made himself known to Abraham. And that's what happens in our life. We running with our family. We doing what our family do. We celebrate the holidays with them. You know, we going out on the Sabbath day with them. You know, just did whatever we wanted when we were in the world with them. And then one day he came knocking on your door. The truth was presented to you. And he too called you out. Told you to separate yourself from your family, from your friends, and come follow me. And I will do great things for you. You be a prime candidate to make it into the kingdom, to that promised land. So just like Abraham, that's how most of us are called out. Separate from our family, separate from everything that we're familiar with, and come learn and follow the Most High. So that's what we have to do. Now let's go to Judges 6. And when we do separate ourselves from our family, and when we do start walking after the Most High, they see it as a strange thing. What is he or she doing? You ain't the same, baby. Judges 6 and verse 25. And it shall come to pass the same night that the Lord, and it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, this is Gideon in the book of Judges, that the Lord said unto him, take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that thy father hath, and cut down the grove that is by it, and build an altar unto the Lord thy God upon the top of this rock, in the ordered place, and take the second bullock, and offer a burnt sacrifice with the wood of the grove which thou shalt cut down. Why? Because Gideon's father, his household, and the men of that city, they worship other gods. So now God is telling him, all that stuff that your father and them got, that young bullock, and all that stuff for that sacrifice, that stuff that they used to sacrifice to that God at that time, throw that altar down. And that's what he asks us to do with our family. Don't celebrate Christmas no more with them. Don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Don't do New Year's with them. Separate yourself from that. And that's tough. Because we look at, oh, you know, what are they going to think, you know, about me? they're going to think I'm crazy, or, they're going to treat me like an outcast. And the Most High will tell you, do what I say, like he told Gideon here. You build an altar unto the Lord thy God upon the top of this rock. So you get rid of all that garbage. You let them do that or whatever. Take all that junk out that you learned from with your family, and you come serve me. 27. Then Gideon took 10 men of his servants, and did as the Lord had said unto him. And so it was, because he feared his father's household and the men of the city, that he could not do it by day, and that he did it by night. And so that's what it is. Sometimes we fear. Like Gideon, he feared his father's household. So he had to knock down that pagan altar at nighttime. And sometimes that's what we are. We're scared to, give up all of these things in the world with our family. Fearful of what they're going to say or what they're going to do to me. But you don't have to fear. The Most High is with you. 28. And when the men of the city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down, and the grove was cut down that was by it, and the second bullock was offered upon the altar that was built. So now they have become aware that, somebody done knocked down our grove, our altar. This is how our family and friends get. So now you don't want to keep the holidays. Who you think you is now? Talking about Hebrew this and Hebrew that. Talking about keeping laws and commandments. Who do you think you are? I raised you. I gave birth to you. Now all of a sudden you trying to school me with the book. And you thinking to yourself, all I'm doing is doing what the Lord told me to do. And it comes out the same book that you claim you read, and from the same God you claim you love. That's all I'm doing. But they get upset. 29. And they said one to another, who have done this thing? And when they inquired and asked, they said, Gideon, the son of Joash, has done this thing. Just like you and your family. You throw that ham out. You throw all that pork in the garbage, all them chitlins and bacon that you had in your refrigerator, and shrimps and lobsters and crab legs. You throw out the Christmas tree. You throw out everything. And they say, who done did this? Who threw out my bacon? Who threw out my chitlins and my hog maws? Then they say, Zahara did it. She threw it out. Who she thinks she is? Or who does he think he is? So 30, when the men of the city said unto Joash, bring out thy son that he may die, because he have cast down the altar of Baal, and because he have cut down the grove that was by it. You see that? That's how it is with us. They want to kill you, talk about you, mock you, say you're in a cult, because you're actually keeping the laws of the Most High. You're following this book. You're following after holiness, following after righteousness. But they want to protect the holidays. They want to keep eating unclean. They want to keep living any kind of way. And they will defend that. So they said, bring out thy son that he may die. And that's how they feel about you. I am so sick of him or her with this truth. All these years they've been doing what we doing. Now they think they better than me. They think they better than us. She didn't show up for the Christmas dinner this year. She didn't get me no gift for Mother's Day, for Father's Day. (31) And Joash said unto all that stood against him, Will you plead for Baal? Will you save him? He that will plead for him, let him be put to death whilst it is yet morning. If he be a god, let him plead for himself, because one hath cast down his altar. 32. Therefore on that day he called him Jerubbaal, saying, Let Baal plead against him, because he hath thrown down his altar. And some of your family, your friends, they have little nicknames for you. They call Gideon Jerubbaal. And they have little nicknames for you. Miss Holy One. Miss No Port. Some of y'all have experienced that. They have a name for you because you don't follow after what they do. Jeremiah 12 and verse 6. Look at the prophet Jeremiah even experienced this. Jeremiah 12 and verse 6. For even thy brethren and the house of thy father, this is his family, even they have dealt treacherously with thee. Yea, they have called a multitude after thee. Believe them not, though they speak fair words unto thee. His own family. Trying to get the man killed. They done call other people on him. Setting him up. And a lot of us, we're not there yet, but there's going to come a time. Because that's what this truth does. When people see you walking in the truth, living right, even your family, it makes them hate you. They will kill you. Because why? That light is in you and it shines on that darkness. It convicts them. So what they do, get rid of that light. Get rid of that tree that bears the fruit. So you see that? And then wait, the Lord said, believe them not, though they speak fair words unto you. And that's what our family do. They'll be sitting there talking to you like they love you and all this stuff, but in their heart, they want to do you harm. They want to hurt you. All because you said, look, I'm not going to do, all of those things that I did before I came into the truth because it's contrary to the word. And sometimes it makes us upset, mad. We get frustrated because we just want them to see this like we see it. But we can't make anybody see anything, and it hurts. It really does. And I know how frustrating it can be. It's like you're talking to a brick wall. They just sit there looking at you dumb. And there you are trying to explain to them, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. You're reading from Genesis to Revelation. You're breaking it down. Precept here, lying there, trying to show them. But it just doesn't penetrate. So, there's nothing new under the sun. Because I hear a lot of brothers and sisters like, oh, my family and, my husband or my wife or my children, they don't believe, and it's tough. It really is. But in this walk, we got to keep it moving. We got to keep walking, got to keep going straight. All we can do is plant the seed or water the seed, but it is the Most High Yah that gives the increase. Go to your family, friends. First thing they say, ain't this such and such daughter or son? Man, I knew this girl coming up. I knew this guy coming up. I can't take him or her serious. Speaking like that, speaking the word like that, and in the truth. You know, your parents, while you're telling them about the truth, they're thinking, I raised this person. I had them from my womb. I took care of them. And now they want to come school me in the book. Or your cousins, or whoever. Your aunties, your uncles. That's what's going on in their mind while you're speaking to them. It is. Because why? You're in a familiar setting. People know you. People grew up with you. So now they see you. You got this book. You're teaching the book. You know, you're talking about keeping the laws and the commandments and keeping, you know, just doing what this book says. You're talking about how the churches are crooked today, how we can't trust them, we've been lied to, how we came over here on slave ships, how the Bible predicted all that we're going through right now as a people. But they just can't get the image of you from the past out of their mind. So we have to expect, we can't allow ourselves to be shocked and be marveled that, you know, my family, they just don't believe me. You know, man, they treat me like I'm an outsider. And I knew these people for years, and now they won't speak to me. You know, they separate themselves from me. They call me names. That's tough, you know. I know we have to get to that level of thinking. We have to make other brothers and sisters that are in this truth know who we are, know about the laws and the commandments. We consider them now our family. Even though, yes, we have a blood family. But when we get into this truth, we get a new family. Those that are obeying the laws and the commandments. And the Most High will do that for you. Ask Him about it. You know, send me brothers and sisters who are in this truth, know these laws and commandments. So it's not your family that's your family, but the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. That's your new family. And that's how you have to think. Those that are doing the will of the Father. Now you are blessed. You don't know how blessed you are. Sometimes you have to really sit down and think about it. Think about your family and then think about you and go, wow, out of all my family, you chose me, you called me. Most of the times the Most High will call you and choose you out to bring the rest of your family in. You never know. That's why you just got to keep living out this word, keep the laws and the commandments, stay prayed up, and just let everything fall in line. But He said, you're blessed. Your family hates you. Your friends hate you. They don't want you around. They separate you from their company. You walk in the room, they get up and leave. You walk in the room, they start talking about you. They reproach you, cast out your name as evil. That old, who she is? Gonna change his name from Devontae Johnson to Davin Yah Israel. Who do he think he is? Or she gonna change her name from Angela Jones to Zahara Israel. So they just start talking about you like a dog. hate you, your own family, your own friends. He said, blessed are you. So you should consider it a blessing. Even though it hurts, it's hard. We love our family. But just know, Most High is with you. He got you. My brother, who is my mother? Who is my sister? Who is my father? Well, it would be the people that's in the truth. See what we just read? Rebuke not the elder, but entreat him as a father, the younger men as brethren, elder women as mothers, and the younger as sisters. This is your new family now. Those who are following after righteousness and holiness, those that have separated themselves from Babylon. And I know it's hard because we love our family. Their terror, neither be troubled. Don't let your family and friends trouble you. You up late at night worried about them. Oh man, they saying this about me. They talking about me, man. All my cousins, my children, my brother, my sisters, my mother, my father. It said, don't be troubled. 15, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts. That's in your mind. Live for him. Get closer to him. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. And in order to always be ready to have an answer, we have to have this word. We have to study it. We have to meditate. To every man, even our family. When they come ask you, why you don't keep the holidays no more? Why you don't go out on the Saturday no more to the football games with us? Going out to the amusement parks. Why you don't do that no more? They're going to ask you all kind of questions for why you do what you do. Why you follow after this book. And it said, have an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. And that's what we have to do. We can't strive with our family and old friends. Can't be ready to fight, call them names, and do to them what they're doing to us. (16) Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of evildoers, like you some kind of criminal, like you a murderer, a liar, they may be ashamed. Your conversation is your conduct. When they see the way you handle yourself. That's why your family, you don't have to fight with them. You don't have to argue. You don't have to bicker. Just let your light shine. Sow your seed, keep it moving. And live your life in such a way that they may talk about you. They may speak evil of you. But when they see that good conduct, when they see how the Most High is walking with you and you're walking with the Most High, they'll be ashamed. And you know they're going to be ashamed. I hate to say it. But when life around them starts crumbling, when they start falling, but they see you, the same person that they didn't want to hear the truth from, the same one that they rejected, the same one they didn't want to hear, they're going to come right over to you. Yeah, I was wrong or whatever. About this and that, and I thought you was crazy. They're going to be ashamed. And it has happened to many people. Their family and their friends cast them out, didn't want to hear nothing from them. And them same people end up going to that person they cast out. that they didn't want to hear. So we got to get our minds right, get closer to the Most High, get new family, get new friends in this truth. And the servant of the Lord must not strive. So that's the first thing you got to understand with dealing with your family. Don't strive with them. You ain't got to get all crazy with your mom and your dad, especially them, because we still have to honor our mother and our father in this truth. So back off, sow a seed, back off, live your life in such a way. You don't have to argue with them. You don't got to get loud and get crazy and be ready to fight somebody. You know, if they say you want to, why you don't eat this pork and shrimp, you used to eat it when you was younger, now you don't want to eat it. You just, no sir, no ma'am, I don't eat that. According to the Bible, it's written not to eat it. So that's why I don't eat it. And then, you let them talk, say whatever. No ma'am, no sir, I don't, do the holidays more because the Bible tells us not to do it. We're supposed to keep the feast days and keep it moving. You don't have to strive. But be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient. So we have to be gentle with our family and friends. And that's hard. When people are over you, they want to claw you and ready to cuss you out. That's hard. Because, Israel, we like to get crunk. We get wired. First thing we want to do is we get that finger going. We ready. But in this truth, we can't do that. As the Most High has taught us better. So we have to be gentle with people. Treat people with respect. Even if that respect is not shown to us. Because remember, they see your good conversation, they be ashamed. Apt to teach, that means able to teach. You're ready. You got to answer. Anything they ask you, they want to come against you, you're ready on the spot. You can pull that sword out so fast and tear down every lie that they throw at you. Because what's the goal? You're trying to win them. You're not, the goal is that it's not our mission to tear down our family or we're trying to destroy our family. We're trying to get our family to see the truth in hopes that they will wake up. So that's why we have to be gentle. We can't strive. And patient. Because it takes patience. That's in all areas of our life. But when it comes with our family, we definitely got to be patient. Don't think you're going to run over and then tell them that all of a sudden they're just going to wake up the same day. If they do, hallelujah. But if not, you need to be patient. Because the Most High might not pull them in until about 10 years later. Took them 10. 8 took them 20, 30 years. But you have to be patient. Patient with people. 25, in meekness, there's that word again. Instructing those that oppose themselves. And with your family and your friends, that's how it is. They say things and they believe things that they've learned from the traditions and the commandments of men and things that they've learned in church, and they oppose themselves. None of this stuff that they believe is written in this book. So we have to what? In meekness, instruct them. You have to break it down to them. No, that's not what this word says. It says keep the Sabbath, not Sunday. We can't eat anything we want. We can't keep the holidays. So we have to be ready to instruct, but doing it in meekness and being gentle. If God, peradventure, will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth, and that's what we want. That's why we got to do our part. Because remember, we're just sowing, or we're watering the seed, but it's the Most High that gives the increase. That's why it says, if God peradventure, not you, but if God peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. So that's why you have to be patient, be kind, be gentle, be able to teach and instruct, but do it with meekness, kindness. Don't be ready to fight. Because what are we hoping? That the Most High will give them a chance to repent and acknowledge this truth. That's the object. That's what we want. That's the goal. That's what we all want. We want our family to wake up. 26. And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will. So that's why we do what we do. Because right now, our family, our friends, people in this world, they are in the snare of the devil. They believe everything that he has pushed. He has his ministers out here preaching lies, and those lies are in their mind. Most of them have 50 years worth of lies, 40 years worth of lies, 30 years worth of lies. That has created a stronghold to defend the mind from any truth. So that's why we have to be patient. Who are taken captive. And our family and our friends, that's what's going on, brothers and sisters. They are taken captive by his will. They think they are free. But when we look in this word and see this truth, we know that they are taken captive in the mind. They have been preached another gospel. They have been lied to, been brainwashed, been duped and deceived. We're talking about, for most of our family, years of lies and deceit. So we can't expect one day of a little bit of truth to tear down those years of lies and strongholds. So that's why we have to be patient. You know, honor your parents. You know, you don't have to fight with your brothers and your sisters who don't believe. Cousins, aunties, and uncles. You don't have to do that. Just do what the Most High tells you to do. Walk with him. Follow after him. Again, I know it's hurtful. We love our family. And we hate seeing them. You know, a lot of times, you know, we will see the curses on our family. We're trying to tell them, look, this is why this is happening. You know, you got to keep the laws and the commandments, but it's just not getting through to them. But it's not our job to make it get through to them. That's the Most High. That's what he does. He draws men and women to him. All we can do is pray for them, sow a seed, water it, and hopefully, you know, the Most High will, you know, pull the scales off of their eyes, and then they'll be able to see like we did. Because remember, you couldn't see either. You didn't know who you were. You didn't know where you were from. You didn't know any of that. But now your eyes are open, and kindness was shown unto you from the Most High. Mercy. And he was patient with you. So you just want to show that same thing to your family, to your friends, and anybody else out there. All right, brothers and sisters. So with that, I will say, Shalom.